Hello. So far we've had you working in an environment where you've worked with objects. This is the Greenfoot environment. We have the wombats and the leaves. You could right click and access some of the methods in the objects. We could, for example, right click here and change the direction of a wombat. And so you've interacted with methods and you've interacted with this particular environment in a variety of different ways. You are also able to go into some of the code and change the code. If we go and look at the wombat class, you were able to, in some instances, change. For example, you could create a world with 100 random leaves if you wanted to, instead of 20 random leaves. So you've been interactive in this environment. We are now going to show you an alternative environment, and that is called CodeCademy. You can see it in the background here. So I'm going to click here, and we are going to have you go to CodeCademy.com, and you will need to sign up for an account. I would recommend just using your school Google account in order to sign up for an account. And I'll show you just a little bit of how this environment is going to look. When I log in, I already have an account automatically set up, and it'll log me in. It's going to take me to whatever I was working on last. I'm going to look at the catalog to show you this environment in a broad sense to start with. This is a good place where you can actually look at lots of alternatives. They have website information, they have other programming languages. For example, here's Ruby on Rails. Ruby on Rails is a common language that's used. You have information on GitHub. That's what this is about. Git stands for GitHub, which is a compository for sharing files. And we are going to be doing the Java. And so if I click on Learn Java, in this particular course, I've started it on this account. On another account, I've actually gone through the whole thing. But if you take a look, there's going to be 4 units: Introduction to Java, Conditionals and Control Flow, Object-Oriented, and Data Structures. And that is what we're going to be working on this week. When you actually get into the environment, it's going to look something like this. You will have instructions on the left-hand side. And so you are to read the instructions, and they'll have some guidelines or activities for you to try. You have the code here, and this is what's a little bit different. See, this is not a GUI at all. There isn't any graphics involved here. If I click Run on this code, system.out.println prints Gilberto. And if you would like to change that, you could put in a last name, Gilberto Johnson. And I could recompile or run it, and it would print out what I changed. So the lessons here in CodeCademy are going to take you through just some introductory Java. It will also reinforce the data types information that we've already started, and it's going to be an introduction to more of like what we call a line by line. I don't want to say command line because that's not correct, but it's going to introduce you to a programming scenario that would be similar to just typing out lines of code without any graphics involved is what it's going to be. So that's your introduction to CodeCademy. You will get information from your instructor on how to add yourselves to a class so we can monitor your progress and help you out. And that is it.